Yes, so we can start. A very good morning to everyone. I welcome you all. My name is Janvi, one of the Senior Career Advisor at ProTouch Professional Training. Before we start, let me give you a quick overview about us. ProTouch is the certification institute which provides upskilling courses to the professionals like HR journalists, POSH and POXO train the trainer to deliver POSH trainings, corporate training facilitator train the trainer, certified practitioner coach certification, emotional intelligence trainer and coach certification, organizational development change management certification, as well as certified leadership trainer program. We also provide customized programs, all the SHRM, HRCI, CPD, and IBAC. I am so glad to see many existing students, team members, and aspiring students of ProTouch who have joined this learning session. Now let's begin the learning session with Sana, Pooja, and Sitaraman, our guest speakers for today's morning. I would like to take a moment to introduce everyone with our today's guest speakers. Sana is an experienced educator with nearly 19 years in the field of education. As a certified instructional designer and soft skill trainer, she specializes in creating engaging, learning centric content and facilitating personal professional development. Her expertise spans cross curriculum design, training delivery, and empowering learners with essential 21st century skills. She is passionate about lifelong learning. She strives to foster growth mindsets and create impactful learning experiences that drive both individual and organizational success. Sana has over a decade of experience in leadership roles across people management, client relations, and strategic planning. Her professional background includes stints with STEAM organizations such as Standard Chartered Bank, ATO Services, and NetAmbit InfoSource. Operationally, she managed over 150 agents and team leads, key across functional teams or stakeholders, training, HR quality, and IT to ensure smooth service delivery. Sita Raman comes with 29 years of corporate experience with over 15 years in organization training and leadership development as an accelerated senior leadership alumni and certified leadership and corporate trainer. His passion lies in empowering the corporate first time manager and agile leadership, new age leaders to navigate their transformation with confidence and purpose with the necessary soft skills and emotional intelligence. He believes in building corporate leadership that is adaptive, inclusive, and ready for the future. Now, over to you, Sana.
Thank you, Janvi, for this wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. I have my friend Sana with me today here, and she's recently been promoted. Let's check with her. Let's catch up with her. Hi, Sana. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Pooja?
You look nervous. What's wrong?
Yes, Pooja, lately, I've been taking one-on-one training, but somehow I got an offer to take a training in front of a board, and I'm really nervous about it, how to go about it in front of 40 to 50,
Oh, you
footfall.
really look nervous. But
Yes.
it's okay. I want to ask everyone here, how many of you have felt nervous before presenting? Any responses? How many of us feel nervous? You can raise your hands. Everyone, most of us. Let me share a very quick story to you. In 1947, a young lawyer in India, he was asked to argue his first case. With papers in his hand and all prepared, he got up, but nothing came out of his mouth. He sat back embarrassed. Can anyone guess who this young man was? Any guesses? You can unmute and answer, please.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes, you guessed it right. It was Mahatma Gandhi. The same Gandhi who years later would move millions with his words. So, what changed? He prepared to learn with purpose and conviction. As a child, I was a huge fan of Mrs. Indira Gandhi's speeches. But once I was reading a biography written by Papul Jaikar, and I happened to read that she used to get a lot nervous a day before her public speaking, to an extent that she would fall sick. Can you believe that? So it's okay to be nervous. Here are some facts also that I'd like to share. So the research says that 80% of the presenters do feel nervous, but only 10% of the participants gets to know about it. What does it mean? It means it is all in the head. Moving on, I want to share an audio with you to reiterate this fact. Sana, can we play the audio, please?
I'm so nervous about this presentation. What are you nervous about?
As we saw, it's okay to be nervous. So, but the good news is that we are here to share some techniques that will give you confidence when you present. Are you ready? Are you all ready? Okay, let's look at some of the tools that we can use. Number one, when I talk about how your body language should be when you present, how the body language is supposed to be. Can we move the slide, Sana? Next one, please. Thank you. How the posture should be. Do not slouch. Do not cross arms. Maintain an upright, balanced stance. Relaxed for a confident look. Then we need to smile genuinely. Do not over smile. Please nod to acknowledge the responses. Scan the room to make everyone feel acknowledged. Eye contact is a very important tool that we must use when we are presenting. For example, I have often seen when we make presentation to a particular group, say an HOD, our stance is normally on that particular group, ignoring the peers or any other people present in the room. This is not a good idea. Please include everybody. I happened to just read it in the morning. It said, eye contact is a silent handshake. Isn't this powerful? Say yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can anyone share common nervous habits in the presentations you would have seen? You would have noticed? You can unmute and we can talk about it. Any common presentation, nervous habits that you would have seen?
Sweating.
Oh, yes. Sweating. Thank you.
Shaky
Fidgeting.
hands, shaky hands.
Oh, yes. Fidgeting, pacing up and down, using filling words. All these are common nervous habits which can be overcome by practicing in front of the mirror, mindfully looking at it, that we do not use these things, in our effective presentation. I hope everybody is with me till now.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on, I will talk about voice and verbal communication. So, can you move the slide, Sana? Now, what language should you use? Definitely simple and clear language. There is no need to use jargons unless audience expects it. Use everyday language which is clearly understood by the participants. For example, I would say APJ Abdul Kalam Azad. He used simple language which was clearly understood by scientists and children. Isn't this great? Yeah. So the takeaway is speak so everyone understands you, right? Repetition for emphasis. What do I mean by this? Do all of us remember do or die? Tell me yes or no. We remember do or die?
Yes,
Used by
yes.
whom? Used by whom? Mahatma Gandhi. Why so? Because it recreated, it reinforced the key idea, and we all still remember it. So repetitions are very powerful. They make the ideas memorable. Are you with me till now? Coming to rhetorical questions. What are rhetorical questions? Rhetorical questions are nothing but questions framed to add drama and persuasion. So what are the benefit? The benefit is that it is only that, not that me telling something to you, but a question posed in a manner that forces the participants to answer. For example, in a team meeting, I could say, how much more can we achieve in a month? Now, this needs, somebody to answer from the group. So which means we are forcing audience to participate and to engage. Isn't this powerful again? Do you find this useful? Coming to storytelling, we will in our upcoming session talk in detail about the power of storytelling, which makes a very effective presentation. I will talk about signposting to be used as an effective technique. What is signposting? Signposting is the use of words and phrases that helps listener follow your flow. So for example, a traveler is traveling and he knows I've reached here, then here, then here. These are the milestones. Similarly, in a presentation, if I say, I will explain the problem, second the solution, finally the benefit for all of you. So I am putting a flow to the presentation and I am engaging the audience to be with me on that flow. Are we all clear till here? Thank you.
Yes.
Before I go further, I would like you to frame a rhetorical question out of a plain sentence. You can either unmute or you can also put that in the chat box, whatever way you like. So for example, instead of saying teamwork is essential for success, what can be the rhetorical question that comes to your mind? Does anybody want to try? Anyone from here? So the question will be, can any team succeed without teamwork? So instead of saying customer satisfaction is our top priority, which is again a one-sided communication, it can also come across like, without customer satisfaction, do we even have business? So this helps engagement with the audience. Am I clear? Thank you. Before I move further, can I know how are you feeling after whatever you have learned till now? You can use emojis or one word to answer. Can I have some responses in the chat box, please? Positive. Great. Any more? Okay, thank you for responding. I'm moving further. Can you change the slide, please? With the voice techniques that we must use or we should keep in mind for making an effective presentation. So what about the pitch? Definitely it has not to be a monotone. It will be interesting to know, Britain's Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher, she actually corrected her voice to lower her pitch, to sound more authoritative. It's interesting, isn't it? And if you observe speeches from our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, how does he address her? He addresses by saying, Bhaiyon aur behno, main aapka pradhan sevak hoon. So he uses this pitch modulation very beautifully. So the takeaway for me is use highs and lows to create energy and authority. I hope it is helpful. Moving to the pace part of it, obviously a balanced pace is much desired. Neither can we be very fast, nor we can be very slow. I'll take a minute to explain the power of pausing in the presentation. Now, what is pausing? When I talk about pausing, it is nothing but a short silence of 1 to 5 seconds, but at the right time. What happens when we do that? It gives weight to the words. It lets the audience absorb the message. It builds anticipation. In a team meeting, when I say, last quarter, I stop and I say, we grew by 37%. So last quarter, people are thinking, now what happened last quarter? What is she going to say? So this is the technique. If you listen to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he was known for his dramatic pauses. He would let people wait for the next sentence. The other day, I was listening to an interview by Shah Rukh Khan. He made pauses to let the emotions sink in properly. So the takeaway that I had was that silence is as powerful as words. I hope it is clear and it is relevant and everybody's making good use of it. I hope I'm clear to everybody. Thank you. Now, as I promised, it's not over. Sana is going to take us through the power of storytelling in making an effective presentation. Let's hear from her. Over to you, Sana.
Thank you, Pooja. And I'm already feeling confident after learning super techniques from you. Okay, team, let's shift gears now and let's talk about storytelling. बचपन से ही सुनते आ रहे हैं ना दादी नानी की कहानियां? Yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So what would they do? They would grab us, involve us deeply, and then finally make us sleep, isn't it? That's what we remember
Yes.
from our childhood. And I guess that was their ultimate goal, isn't it? To
Yes.
make us sleep. So great. So let's make it fun. Can anyone here think of a very tiny short story and share it with us from your childhood? Just a short, maybe, anything you would like to share and go back to your childhood. A very tiny one.
I was going in a jungle and the lion came in front of me. I always remember Panchtantra when I talk about stories.
That was the impact you're still carrying. Good.
Yeah, maybe.
I was
Anyone?
fascinated by Sindbad stories.
Oh, lovely. Good. So we all get impacted somewhere or the other in our lives. So beautiful to know that. So now let me show you how these secret strategies are behind this. Let's understand that through our slide. Okay. Now, as you can see on the slide, strategic success pyramid. See it very carefully. The secret number one, which is behind this, is capture. Now, what is capture? It is a strategy that means grabbing initial attention of your audience. And how do you do that? By sparking curiosity and by setting the tone immediately when you start. The secret number two you can see is captivate. So by captivate, we mean about holding attention, and that can be achieved by engaging our audience and ensuring your message stays impactful and throughout the presentation you're taking. And lastly is conquer. Now, by conquering here, I mean is sealing the deal. Now, what do we mean by sealing the deal? When you are able to leave a lasting impact on your audience, that means you have conquered, isn't it? Do you agree with me?
Yes, yes.
So see, that's the real magic of storytelling. Simple, powerful, and just a little sneaky, you have to get into it. And if Dadi Nani could master this art without PowerPoint, I'm sure now this generation can do wonders with it, isn't it?
Agreed. Agreed.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let's understand why storytelling, this element, is important in our presentation. So let me take few responses from you guys that why do you feel storytelling is important? I just want few responses to move forward, please. Why do you feel that? One word.
Emotion,
Okay,
connection, emotion. I think
Connecting,
emotion for
connection.
me.
Yeah.
great.
Trust.
Yes, you get connected. There are emotions into the story. Very good. So let's understand. You must have noticed sometimes audience experience that disconnection during a presentation. Even I have felt that, when when I used to attend any kind of presentation, I also yawned in the presentation. That is because there was a disconnection. So how do you fill up this gap? So here storytelling becomes a powerful tool. And what does it help? It helps to re-engage attention and create a sense of connection, and that can be done only by weaving in relatable stories. Please remember, it has to be relatable story, not out of the context.
True.
And by doing so, trust me, you can make complex ideas simpler, and you can evoke emotions. As you said, one of you said emotions, that's very correct. And at the same time, you can keep your audience actively involved. You won't let them sleep throughout your presentation. And how do you do that? That's another question which would be coming in your mind. So let's go further and let's check that. Sorry. So the simple formula for building a very short story, I would just share it with you quickly. So first is start with the hook. Now start with the hook means what? Start with a hook here means that you grab attention instantly with a question, fact, or a relatable moment. Second, introduce the challenge. Highlight the problem in your through your story, a conflict or a tension. That all depends on what kind of audience you are, taking your presentation.
Addressing.
Yes. So show the resolution. Explain how that problem can be solved through the story again, and deliver the takeaway and the key lesson or message for your audience. That's very important to close. It's a closure to your story.
Can we also add our personal experiences to
Yes,
add to
definitely.
the,
Yes. I was.
to give
Yes, I
solution? Yes.
absolutely, Pooja. That's very important thing. So start building a story by outlining main points you want to cover. You have to jot it down. For the matter of fact, anecdotes and real life experience can add depth and authenticity to your presentation. These are two very important factors. You can, the real life examples, because being humans, we connect with other humans. And this is one bridge, we can use it everywhere.
Agreed.
Whether it can be, a personal experience, it can be even recounting a customer success story. As I said, it depends on where you're taking your presentation to, or even highlighting a relevant case study. It can be anything. And trust me, all these elements, when you take care in building up a story, it will help humanize your content. You'll have a great connection with your team
Audience.
there. Yes. So just want to share something with you all today. My, and my life experience. Once, when I started my career as a trainer, and I had to take the first training in front of, I don't know, 40, 50 people, my hands were shaking. Literally, my hands were shaking. And I was holding the marker. There was no online training, just physical training. I was holding a marker and I stumbled over my intro slide, and I dropped the remote also on the floor. But then someone laughed in the room. And you know what I was carrying? I mean, I was losing my confidence, all, I was sweaty. I just had, and I always carry that with me. That was the power of my smile. I smile always over my problems. And I just carried my smile, and I smiled back to that gentleman. I took a deep breath, I turned around, and I kept going. And by the third session, believe you me, I dished the slides, I told stories, and I started to own the room. And that was the magic, that moment happened. And it taught me a great lesson. That's what it is. Nervous is just a first step on the path to natural. Can any one of you share such experience with me? I'm sure you must have gone through a lot of experience. Just one would do, just to make, the room filled up with your experience also.
Yeah, I do.
Hi.
Yeah, hello. I'm Hari. Basically, I got this nervous first time when I was conducting a meeting with the senior management and
Okay.
other staffs also. Around 80 people were there. I could not talk. I could not start anything, and I was blurring, and even I could not pronounce my name properly.
Yes.
So,
It's
okay,
normal.
but my chief encouraged me not to worry. This is our internal stuff. Don't worry. You can carry on. This happened
Absolutely.
20
Yeah.
years back.
Yes.
Thank you.
See, end of the day, we all are humans. We have to understand. We don't have to, you have to be non-judgmental when you're going for presentation, even as as an audience or even as a presenter. Go with this mindset. So if you feel you are walking on the same path, raise your hands, raise your arms the way you can see on the screen, and I want you to give a shout out. Whatever you have in mind. Yes, I can, or wonderful. I want you to unmute yourself, please. I want to hear that, literally the shout coming
Amazing.
from
Yes. Yes.
Josh. Hai? Josh is
Yes, yes,
there?
yes.
Great.
Yes.
Great,
Yes.
great. Oh, wow. Good. Okay. So let's now move forward. Now the important part comes. What kind of stories should bring up in my presentations. Of course, I can't bring little kiddish stories. I have to be little, sensible in designing my presentation. So these are the 5 kind of stories, you can use, you can incorporate in your presentation. First is personal anecdotes. So sharing, as I said earlier, sharing your personal experience can make you seem more relatable and authentic. Case studies. Presenting here, you can present real world examples of how a product or service has helped others, and that can be very persuasive. Historical narratives. This is a very important, thing. This is a connection between past and present, and it makes your ideas more clearer, more relatable, and easier to remember in any kind of presentation. Then fictional stories. They actually simplify those abstract ideas by using imagination. You bring in your imagination by making concepts relatable. Again and again, I'm repeating that because it's very important to relate. And it can help audience explore. Sorry, just a second. Yeah. And it can help audience explore possible outcomes very clearly. And success stories, as Pooja had started with the presentation with the great Mahatma Gandhi stories. So success stories are always, they're all rounder, they are like, they highlight, highlighting such stories, success stories would always inspire you and motivate the audience to move forward. They are made for that only. So now let's understand further, how would you engage your audience into the stories what you have built up for them? That's again another important point. Engaging your audience. Let's understand clearly that presentation is not one-way street. Is not कि मैं बोलती जाऊं और आप सुनते जाओ. It gets boring. So engaging your audience is crucial for keeping them interested throughout, involved throughout. And that can be done, number 1, through asking questions, encouraging participation. Use visual aids as much as you can because it breaks the monotony of text, heavy text. We all get, at some point, we get bored of looking at the text and we want to look into something else. And make your presentation more visual appealing. And now I want to know from you all, what all that one thing you look forward to in a stressful, that presentation room. What is that one thing you look for?
Humor.
Because that's the element which we want to bring in.
Humor, I guess, for the light mood.
Okay. Anyone else? Do you agree with Pooja?
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely, Pooja, you're bang on. In such a stressful world, at last we all want a lighter mood. So incorporate humor and make your audience feel more comfortable, more happier. And trust me, it wins hearts. It really wins. So now I'll take you to, our corporate mad labs. We have created, I would not say I, because it's a team, we are working. So we have created a corporate mad lab. And here the challenge is, you can read a sentence on the screen. Now you need to fill in it with the funniest word which comes in your mind, and you need to read it out or put it in the chat box. And the challenge, the extra challenge is we need to laugh over it. It has to be that funniest. So can we try, all of us?
Yes, yes.
Yes, please. So Pooja, can you read it, please? Because the slides
Yes.
are on my side.
So Sitaraman is saying, I once yawned during a team meeting while my boss was eating samosas. This is really funny.
Okay. Please come up. I want to hear from every one of you.
Anyone else want to try? Anything funny that comes to your mind?
Just think of the weirdest word. It's okay. We are here to do that. It's a lab. You have to create. It's a mad lab.
So that is another one. Cat catches rat.
Okay,
Okay.
yes. I once ate samosas during an important. So Sandhya is writing, I once ate samosas during an important meeting while my boss was yawning. Oh, lovely.
Oh,
This
that's
is
wonderful.
lovely.
Good, great. Some more. Come on. I mean, I need that humor in the room. There are 39 participants. I think all of us are, under our bosses. We can write something for them.
Yeah, this is
It's
our
a free
chance.
space. Don't worry. So one more response.
So Rajni is writing, I once fell down during a top management meeting while my boss was laughing out loud with the support hands.
Oh, wow. And see, things happen and it's all natural. So
Yes.
I think we are going on the right path from nervous to natural. And thank you, everyone. Let's now hear it from Sitaraman. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Sana, Pooja, for taking us close to being natural. So what is that I'm going to do now? Let me fill the remaining gap to complete the movement from nervous to natural. Okay, so because we are close to becoming natural, let us do one activity. Just relax your shoulders, friends. Take a deep breath. Now, becoming natural or close to natural, you have become a TED speaker. You are standing on a stage. Just relax your shoulders, take a deep breath, and put two words. How will you start your TED presentation? Can I get some responses, please? Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and start your TED presentation with two words. With a smile. That's wonderful. Feeling really energetic and cool. That's great. So good morning. Hello, everyone. I'm happy to see the responses coming. That's fantastic. All right. So another one. Good morning. Very good. So let us move on now.
Thank
So
you.
traditionally,
It's a nice response.
the combination of visual and verbal communication has been proved really successful. So we are aware of sound and light shows where visual and verbal communication is happening together. We have seen the documentaries, and of course, up to the context, the executive presentations, wherein which there will be material shown on the screen, the executives narrate the story. The right proportion of visual and verbal communication add a lot to the context. Let me give you the top 3 ingredients for visual and verbal communication during a presentation. The study shows 55% of the audience engage in visuals, 38% of the audience engage in audio, and we should not ignore the 7% who are focusing on the text, meaning we should have the text and the audio and the visual to make it a complete presentation. All right. What is my first ingredient? It is clarity over complexity. So what is important? Use clean layouts, readable fonts, and consistent color schemes. Because 55% look at visual and 38% look at audio, don't make your slide cluttering or overcrowding. Keep it simple. The associated verbal delivery, keep it always crisp and meaningful. Bring action-oriented words like what happens, how do we do that, and when it will happen. This adds a lot of value. All right, are you with me, friends?
Yes.
Second, the hierarchy of information. What is that we are trying to convey during our presentation? All along, this is not the same. There are some headings, there are some subheadings. So please put the right size, the color contrast, and the icons to represent them. And the supporting verbal, it should be a logical flow. Lead with, if it is so, what happens? Stress on those points where you need to make further importance. And it has to be a logical flow, as I said. The next ingredient is show and tell. The show and tell has always gone together, as I said. Very important. Showing without telling and telling without showing does not make that much sense.
True.
So the combination of show and tell is really important, my friends. For visual, use clear graphs, infographics, and diagrams wherever it is required. Show a good TED video and maintain a related narrative. This is very important. So use related examples and analogies from the verbal perspective, which can make your presentation well received. Can we move on, Sana? The fourth ingredient is consistency and branding. What is branding? Branding is your signature. Branding is your highlight. So always maintain slides with clear branding colors, logos, and fonts. इसमें ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी है because branding is really important. And always maintain your own brand in tone and also maintain your style. How can we forget the famous dialogue with the modulation, Kitne aadmi the, from Gabbar Singh?
Yeah.
Even today we remember that, right?
Of course, yes.
Am
Easy
I
to
making
remember.
sense, friends?
Yes, very
So
much.
that is the Gabbar Singh brand.
Yeah.
All right. Very important ingredient, continuous engagement. If I am doing, say, a 10-slide presentation, audience should not get disconnected. Keep them engaged. Show very clear relationships between the first slide and the second slide and the third slide and so on. Use images or sequences which clearly engage the audience and show the relativity between the previous slides. Very important, the verbal support. Frame your message with a clear and lucid connected narratives. Very important. So it is really making a lot of sense when you keep the audience continuously engaged.
True.
Great. So let us move on. Now, let us start with a simple exercise now. Let us do an activity. So I have a question for you on screen. Please try to answer the question.
We are supposed to click on the link,
Yeah,
Sitaraman?
please click on the link. So you will get a screen with
Okay.
few questions. Please
Okay.
answer those questions. So Sana, can we see the responses? So this is a response screen we have to bring. So Sana,
I
you are
have
able
done
to
that. Yes.
get it?
Yeah, I have submitted. I think Sana will share.
Okay. So So I'll give you that the responses screen.
Just please wait. There's a technical glitch. I'm just checking
No,
with
don't
that.
worry.
You can continue. You can continue. I'll share it.
Okay, sure. So I have given you the link as well. So let us continue with our next chapter. So we have seen so far how the body language should be, how the voice modulation should be, how the stories will help us,
Nice.
how the visual aid will help us. Okay.
I've been out
So
since
finally,
almost been
so
late by
yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is what your answers look like.
I was there for
Simi,
3 days.
can you go on mute, please?
So near, let me go
Simi,
there.
can you go on mute, please? Thank you. So wonderful. Thank you for your responses. This is excellent. Conviction, simple, confident, engaging, minimal, short, interactive. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let's move on, Sana. Okay. So moving further, closer to becoming natural, let us have a look at some techniques for structuring a professional presentation. Next slide, please. Presentations are a package. How many of you agree with me, my friends?
Yes, of course, they are a
Yes,
package.
absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely.
It is having the visuals, what is on your slide during the presentation, and the verbal, what you say during the presentation and after the presentation. That is really important for getting the feedbacks. And another part of this package is the written part, the text part, where they can read later or during the presentation or after the presentation. Can you move on, Sana? So very important, there should be a right opening. Opening is required to capture the attention. So what makes attention quickly? What kind of presentation? It should be a hook. What do you mean by a hook? Start your presentation with a clear question. What the audience will gain out of it. Say, for example, what kind of a presentation a sales director would make it to the customer? How a CEO would like his board presentation to be? These are all some of the hooks which will give the audience the kind of an excitement and the anxiety to look at presentation. What is that it is there in those slides? The next one, context and the content. These two are twin brothers. A context without content and a content without context will not do good. Let us take one typical example. We have honey. Are you with me, friends? How many of you do not know what is honey?
No, we all know what is honey,
All right.
of course.
So, content is honey. And the first perspective is when we are keeping honey in a bowl, it can be used for cooking purposes. It can be used for medicinal purposes. So how many of you like honey chili potatoes? Can you put in the chat window, please? All right, great. So the honey is used for honey chili potato making. And the next context, the same honey can be spread on the bread during the breakfast. So content is the same, but the context is different. Let me tell you another simple analogy. Take Bhagavad Gita. There are a lot of slokas available. Every spiritual speaker, depending on the audience, they take the context. They take the typical slokas from Bhagavad Gita and then deliver. What does it mean? According to the context, the content has to be fine-tuned. Okay? What is that content? You may have your own frameworks, you may have your own facts and figures, you may have your own tools. What about the context? It is all about who is watching the presentation, what is their motivation, and what they want to take away. Are you with me, friends? Say yes, no, say yes, no. Great. So let's move on now. Next is the transition of slide decks during the presentation. Keep the momentum always. Every time, keep summarizing the takeaways. Maintain the audience flow with the questions. Very important, so that the momentum is maintained during the entire presentation. Then comes the conclusion, wherein which we have to very clearly inspire an action. The first is the recap, and second is a call to action. We are going to see very clearly, once I complete this presentation, what is our call to action today. During the wrap-up, there should be a closing impact. End with a very strong statement, vision, or quote that resonates. In simple terms, it has to be a bumper sticker. Q&A, keep it brief and well structured. So, presentation do not just inform, they persuade, they inspire, and they stick in memory. Let's move on. So, what is our call to action today? Are you ready to move from nervous to normal? If yes,
Yes.
get onto the stage today and start presenting. Will you all do it? Friends, say yes, no,
Yes.
say yes, no.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Own your voice, own your presence, own your room. डर के आगे जीत है. It does not end with that. वो जीता है, वही
सिकंदर है.
सिकंदर. That
Yes.
is really important.
Yeah.
Be an emperor. Thank you, friends. Now it is an open floor. So I would, or rather we would like to hear from you all. What were your experiences when you presented the first,
Yeah.
or anything on the pointers we discussed? Open to you all. Thanks once again.
Any questions anyone has, or we would love to hear your own experiences on your first presentation that you made. It'll be great to hear from everyone. Anyone can volunteer.
Yes, excellent tips that you have shared with us. That's very good. So it's mind-boggling kind of things. And what I have to say is, but it's very less time you have covered. But it should be at least 2 to 3 hours. Then we'll have a lot of good
I
input from
agree
you.
so much with
Absolutely,
you.
we-
In fact, it was a challenge for us to cut
Yes.
down on the content. We wanted to deliver so
We
much.
could have,
You are
yes.
so very right, Mr. Harihara Subramaniam. You are so right. Next time we'll make a better, a detailed thing around it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for
It's wonderful.
responding.
Especially, I appreciate both Sana, you, and Sitaram sir. Great.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Very,
Thank you.
very precise and clear message. I am very happy that. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah, sir.
Any other
Anyone
views,
else?
please?
First presentation, I like to hear experiences.
Anyone, friends? Yes,
Hi.
Sandhya, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, your presentation was really outstanding, and even I mirror the same feelings as Mr. Harihara. I wish it was not over so soon. Yeah.
Thank you. The time frame
So-
can't allow us to go further.
It's so nice to hear this,
Yeah,
Sandhya.
it's really nice.
So nice.
Yeah, so to recollect from my memory of from my college days, I had volunteered to give the welcome speech for the science club. So
Okay.
there were some scientists who had come over from IISc in Bangalore, and I was really nervous because it was my first speech on stage, and I had prepared very well, and I spoke perfectly, exactly like how I had planned. I didn't forget my words. Everything went super duper until I came down from the podium, and all my friends told me, "Why were you so serious? You could have been a little more cordial." So that was when I realized I forgot to smile and yeah, give those pauses and do eye contact, and those things are so important. I realized later on,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was the biggest lesson I learned that day.
Lovely, lovely share.
Thank you.
And actually, it happens to most of us. We become robots, we forget to
Yes.
engage. And I think it is about practice. Lovely share. Thank you for sharing, Sandhya.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah, thank
Sandhya.
you.
That was a good perspective. Wonderful. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll say something.
Yes, Sindhu.
Uh,
Hi,
this
Indu.
was, hi, hi, and hello everyone.
Thank
Wonderful presentation.
Thank you,
Thank
Liked
Indu.
it. Yeah. This was in the early stages of my career. We were having a workshop, annual workshop, and all the seniors were there, and mid-management was there. And because it was being held in Mumbai, the juniors like us were pulled in and said, "Look, come sit down and learn something." And then they decided that we should present. It was an impromptu thing. We were not prepared. And suddenly you were put up on the stage and said, "Okay, fine, go and present." And you have all these seniors sitting there. I'm shivering in my shoes. And I'm like, yeah. And then I presented a bit of it. And then, for them, it's a teaching experience. And they will, like, everything you say, they'll pull you up and say, no, why not? And then it was like, no, this was like, wrong, or maybe this was right. It was not a very good experience. It was
I
very
understand.
nervous.
I can totally resonate. Yes.
Yeah, because you're trying to make an impression, but you're making a complete fool of
That-
yourself up there.
Yeah, because you are so engrossed in the presentation, and finally, you
No, I
you
mean, it's the first
did
presentation.
not
No
come out
harm.
what
Yeah.
exactly you wanted to
And
do.
you have
That's
all
great.
your seniors there, it's going to affect your performance. It's going to come up in your
Be
appraisal.
judged. Yeah, I know.
But yeah,
I
after that, after the workshop was over, my VP did call me and say, like, okay, not bad, but you can do better.
Ah,
Yes, I can.
so that is
That's
a
a standard
motivational
line we
boss.
get to hear. You can do
Yeah, yeah.
better.
So
No,
Thank you
yeah.
for sharing, Hindu. Thank you
Thank
for
you, Indu.
sharing.
thank
You
you
know,
very much,
Indu,
Sindhu.
you can always, there's always a first time, and the best thing I would just give you a tip here, that be yourself when you are at the first place. मतलब जब आप पहली बार जा रहे हो, be yourself.
Of
Don't
course,
think
and
you.
I'm talking 25 years back.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, of
yeah.
course.
I don't have a
That
problem
was
anymore.
that
But
was an
yes,
experience. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
I just thought, because all of us go through the first time, which is
Yes.
difficult.
absolutely.
So much agree. So much agree.
Thank you, Indu. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks much. Thank you, Indu.
So we hope you had a very good time with us, and now you feel little confident. Not little, I would say, much more than what you were.
So beyond normal, that is what I should say.
Hope
Yes.
everybody is normal, from nervous to normal now, using the techniques. Yes. Any other experience? We can have one more, I
Thank you,
guess.
Sandhya. Thank you, Rajni. Thank you.
I would like to share my experience.
Yes,
It was
Rajini.
in 2019 when I had given my first professional training, actually. It was for construction professionals who were trying to achieve chartered membership. So they had to follow certain writing patterns. So comparatively, I was new to the field as a trainer, and how much ever we prepare, there will be that
Yes.
last minute surprises.
True.
So what happened is, when I started my presentation, there was a lectern, a podium kind of thing in front of me. So when I started, because of my hand gestures, this podium started tilting. And later on, I understood that I just have to keep a minimum distance
And
from that. And then I took off and the entire presentation was all right. And nervousness also made me change the slides, 2-3 slides very fast. But with practice now it is okay. But nervous to normal, it is a journey which we'll have to take. And today's Sana's experience of smiling, that reminded me about this podium experience.
Great.
Thank you so much
Rajni,
for
That's all we can carry with us.
wonderful.
Yes.
Such
So
a great
I'll tell you the same experience. So first time I held my mic, so I was just walking around. I just went near the amplifier. Boom! There was a very big noise as such, because if you cross the mic along with the amplifier now, you will get that noise. So all these are experiences. Very good, Rajni. Thank you very much for sharing.
My pleasure.
So our session comes to an end with this sharing from everyone. I hope there are takeaways that you all have and will use that in making your presentations effective, lively, and it's a journey, as Rajni said. So from nervous to normal, this is the journey. I hope it was good for you. We could help you. So with this, we are signing off.
So,
Yes.
Jojita, Wahi Sikandar. Thank you.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Sandhya.
Thank you
Sana,
very much. Thank you
Sitaraman,
for attending.
Pooja, thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you, Janvi.
insights on the webinar. It was really an eye-opening session for me as well. And also it took me for my first presentation when I was in college. So the session was really good and I have learned a lot of things. I would also appreciate all the participants for showing their active participation. And also I've shared the LinkedIn profile of our trainers so you all can follow them.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
Janvi.
much.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll meet in the next webinar.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Janvi.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.